What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play Pokemon Platinum. In the last episode, we took down the Eterna City Gym, netting ourselves yet another gym badge. We also got the ability to use Cut outside of battle, and then we ventured on here into the Eterna City Galactic HQ, where we're going to be doing battle against a whole bunch of Galactic Grunts, making our way to the top, and hopefully tracking down the bike shop owner. If only to maybe get my hands on a bike. I can't imagine that they wouldn't give us one, given that that is a staple of all Pokemon games. But also just to put a stop to whatever the heck's going on here, because wherever Team Galactic goes, we know there is no good happening. All right, so this is the way to go, because the plaque is right there, so we're going to go the other way. This is not a trainer, but I want to say right upstairs it will be a trainer for us to battle. So let's do that. And this one actually says something to us when they're in their sights. So that's good. And I think we only have one more trainer left to fight in this building, which is the guy to the right there. And then, besides, before the final boss of the building, excuse me. And at that point, I actually am going to go do some healing. Just because I know that that fight can get brutal. Super, super brutal if I'm not prepared for it. Because it's like it's just a big level jump. It's like, where did this come from? Why is everything in this fight like 5-6 levels above everything I've been fighting up to this point? All right, Mach Punch. I was hoping I could land that really quickly before the smoke screens got crazy, but fortunately not. I think I'll do a swap here for whatever it throws out next. Oh, come on, Gyoja. Land your Mach Punch. It's not that inaccurate after one smoke screen. Frickin' Roserade was able to make it past 3 Paraflinch attempts with just nothing activated. Paralysis didn't activate one time that whole fight. It was so annoying. Oh my gosh. Could not believe it. All right, here we go. So we just use Gust on the Krogunk here. Made it shudder a little bit. If it gets off a dark type move, that is going to hurt a lot. But I don't know if it's going to have any. It might. Or we could just one-shot it. I'll take that too. That's even better. Beautiful. All right, and now, ooh, Glameow next. Okay, well, we're going to go back to Gyoja then. And we'll just use a Mach Punch on you. My wandering monk my wandering warrior monk, if you will. There we go. All the way down. Yeah, that's what I like to see. Beautiful. All right, so we should be able to get Gyoja to level 24 before the final fight in here. But let's grab this item over here first. You can barely see it poking out. We've gotten so many X items so far in the game already. I think we already have one of each, which is more than I'll probably ever use, although I really do ought to be using those in gym battles. I just don't for some reason. It's just because they're not effective enough. I think when they got boosted to... okay, no, not this guy. Sorry, not this guy. This guy over here is the actual trainer. Yeah, I think I liked them better when they buffed them so that they greatly raised stats, which I think they started doing in the next generation. Then they just felt a lot more useful to me, but up until that point, I just had no desire. Okay, Kadabra, this is going to be fun. If it lands a Confusion, it might do a lot of damage. Also, especially with that X special in play. Oh, shoot, I hope it's not faster than me. I don't think it will be, but it very well could, or we could just one-shot it, and it goes down anyway. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, that's what I like to see. All right, are you getting a new move? Still no. All right, I really need to look up when you're actually going to learn something, because I thought you did by this point. I guess I was wrong. Gone 5 levels now without anything. Okay, we got 2 items up here. Usually in places like these, one of these is like a Voltorb or Electrode fake out, but not this time. So we got a Blue Shard and a Revive. All right, I am going to head back to the Pokemon Center and heal up my entire team really quickly, and then I will meet you guys back in this room. All right, and we are back. So now let's take the correct path and head up this direction. And there is a couple of things that I want to do here. So firstly, let's talk to this guy. What is it with this Team Galactic? Why did they take our Pokemon? What are they trying to accomplish? I don't know. We'll find out. But she has a Cleffa and a Baneri. And also, is there another one behind her, or is that her hair? I think that's just her hair. Okay, well, I'm going to have to be really smart about how I handle this. I think I'm going to lead with Gyoja, because if I remember correctly, I think I know what her first Pokemon is. Hey, did you want something? Ah, silly me to even ask. You want to free the Pokemon. Fine, I, Jupiter, will deal with you. All right, you're on, lady. Let's do this thing. So here's the second of the 4 commanders, as Mars put it. And oh, yep, I was right to make that choice. Now, this Zubat is packing Wing Attack, which is going to hurt a lot if it lands, but if I can get some Rock Tombs going, we might be able to take this thing out really quickly, because this is going to be the biggest pain in the butt in this fight. Yes! Oh, and a critical hit for good measure. That is what I like to see. Okay, I think this fight instantly got easier. All right, her last Pokemon is Skuntank. Now, Skuntank doesn't actually have all that great of stats apart from its physical attack, although it is deceptively quick. The thing is, though, is that it has an extremely high HP stat, so its middling defenses suddenly become actually pretty good. And we are going to instantly try to paralyze this thing. Like, that is my first goal. Hopefully, Badoo can handle this Night Slash. Come on. Okay, thank goodness. And no! No! Oh, I could not afford to have that happen. Shoot. Okay, hold on. Bucky, I'm sorry to do this to you, but you're going to be fodder. Mainly because I want to do a fresh swap without it landing another Night Slash to knock out either Era or do a significant amount of damage to Gyoja. Gosh dang it, I was really hoping that Stun Spore would land. Okay, we're going straight back to the monkey. Here we go. So, let's do... I do want to slow you down a little bit, just in case I have to bring out one of my other Pokemon. So we'll at least lower your speed a little bit. There we go. So now all my Pokemon should be faster than it. Here comes a Night Slash, which is not very effective, so that's good at least. But if it lands a crit, it's still going to hurt a lot. Now, let's go with a Flame Wheel. And this is why I wanted to focus on Gyoja, because he's the one most well-equipped to handle this thing, even though it's not doing a ton of damage. How much is Mach Punch going to do? I actually just want to see. Okay, not very much, but we did bait out its Citrus Berry. So there's that. It's going to do another Poison Gas. Luckily, that's missing a lot. Poison Gas is also 55% accurate. You know, the same accuracy Hypnosis is supposed to be. And look, suddenly it's just missing every single time. I love it. Okay, is she going to use a potion on this thing? I don't know. But here comes another Night Slash. Again, high crit ratio. One more. Nope, we're good. Okay, awesome. That's what I like to see. And down goes Skuntank. Whew. All right, that was the fight I was worried about the most, and luckily we handled it pretty darn well. Helena got to level 21. Didn't want her to faint. Losing to some child being careless cost me too much. Well, aren't you tough? It's okay, though. Our official Pokemon statue investigation is finished. Mars has collected energy from the Valley Windworks. We're pretty much finished here. I'll let you in on one little thing. Our boss is researching the myths of ancient Pokemon. With the power of mythical Pokemon, he will become the ruler of Sinnoh. I suggest you keep out of Team Galactic's affairs from now on. This is your last warning. I got my Clefairy back, and it's all thanks to you, but that Team Galactic. They said Clefairy came from space. Hand it over. Oh, it's for some reason with its overworld sprite, I thought it was a Cleffa, but yeah, you're right. That totally is a Clefairy. Their logic baffles me still. It's like they're from space. Anyway, they're gone now. Thank you very much. I can't thank you enough right now, but cruise by my cycle shop, okay? All right, we can do that. We are pretty much done here. We will come back into this building for one more thing later, but for right now, we're going to say that pretty much is it. So let's head on down. Get the heck out of here. And then we're going to head on over to the cycle shop and see if we can get a bike for our reward. That would be awesome. I would say so anyway. All right. Got to cut our way through because these respawn every single time you go in and out of a cell. There we are. And now I'm going to heal up everybody just really quickly before I do anything else. All right. Now that that is taken care of, let's head on over to the cycling shop. And, oh, Cynthia. What are you doing here again? Oh, there you are. I was looking for you. I've got something nice. I wanted you to have this Pokemon egg. Will you accept it? Now, you can only say yes if you do not have a full team, just like I only have 4. So we'll take that. She's not going to just send it to the PC or anything. Pokemon inside the egg is happy too, I'm sure of it. Keep that egg with you in your party of Pokemon. A Pokemon will hatch from it while you are traveling. I would be happy to know that it will help fill another page of your Pokedex. See you again. Okay, this was the Pokemon. This one right here that we have just received in this egg was the Pokemon I was most tempted to use as my flying type surrogate aside from Drifloon, because the Pokemon in this egg is eventually going to be Togepi. Now, in Gen 4, a whole bunch of Pokemon from Gens 1 through 3 got another evolutionary form, usually like a second or a third in some cases. Like Magmar got Magmortar, Electabuzz got Electivire, and Togepi eventually got Togekiss. It could already evolve into Togetic, but Togetic itself was not super strong. Togekiss, on the other hand, is insanely strong, has great speed and very, very high defenses. It's a great special wall that can actually hit pretty decently in terms of its own special attack. It's flying and normal. Very, very good Pokemon. Big fan of it. I was very tempted to use it in this playthrough, but as you can see with my pick for Drifloon, I have decided to go a slightly different route, especially because you would have to raise it all the way up from level 1, and that can take a long time to do unless you are in the very, very late stages of the game where it gets heaps of experience for doing absolutely nothing. Of course, we're probably also going to fill out our team of 6, or at least have 5 of our team members and Bidoof before this egg even hatches. So I mean, I guess that wouldn't have been the case if I hadn't picked Drifloon, but you get the point. Either way, really good Pokemon. You can always monitor its steps and how long it's going to take it to hatch on the step counter here. See where you're at when you picked it up, and then just run around with it until eventually it hatches. You can get something good out of it. It's a good Pokemon. It really is. It's just, it takes a lot of work. And plus, you also need a shiny stone, which you won't get for a little while. But all right, I think that's enough about that. Let's head on into the cycling shop and see what we get for our reward. What's up, buddy? Thanks for rescuing me. This is something to show my thanks. It's the latest model bicycle. You must take it, I insist. And Dawn obtained the bicycle. Now, we need this if we want to go south of Eterna. It's the latest model, so I'll read the operating manual to you. Press the B button to shift up or down. In third gear, you can't go all that fast, but it's easier to control. In fourth gear, it gets harder to steer and stop, but it's fast, really. So, basically, we got the Acro Bike and the Mach Bike all rolled into one, which honestly was always a better decision. Anyway, although I don't think you can do wheelies with this one, I think you can just go fast or go slow. We're going to register this, which is now set to Y, so I can just activate it on demand like this. And like you said, you can just kind of switch gears here to go a lot faster. So now we're kind of cruising here. And the reason you need this bike is because south of Eterna is actually the cycling road. So let's head down here really quickly, but I want to talk to you first. Dawn, long time no see. Oh, you look puzzled. You're wondering who I am. I'm Professor Rowan's assistant and Lucas's father. I've come a long way to help you on your adventure at the professor's behest. Let me ask you, how many Pokémon you met? Oh my, you've met 40. Wonderful. Yes, bravo. Professor Rowan should be delighted. Here is something for you. And we have obtained an experience share. Awesome. So now we can finally put that on some of our Pokemon that we have been using a lot less lately. And you know which one I specifically mean by that, of course. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to be giving it to Helena as she slowly starts to fall behind. As much as I want the Soothe Bell, the level bumps are just too useful to not take advantage of, so kind of need those. Now, if you go through here, cycling road is only for bicycles. Please get on your bicycle. You do this, and boom, now you can go through. Now, I am actually not going to be traveling cycling road. Not yet. We'll be doing this a little bit later. First things first, I am going to be actually heading back towards Eterna Forest. This is the first thing we're going to be taking care of before we go that way. We'll double back that way, don't you worry. There's some goodies that I can actually go and get now that I have access to both Cut and the bike. So into the forest we go. And remember that there was this path over here that we needed to cut to get our way through. But also, hold on a second. Is this Gardenia right here? What are you doing here, ma'am? Hiya, were you intrigued by the rumors going around too? You know, people have been talking about the ghost Pokemon of the old chateau. I've been hearing rumors about sinister shadows too. I should check it out myself, but going in there is, well, you know, being that I'm a gym leader, I'm always busy. So since I'm so busy, I can't go in. It's not because I'm scared. So good luck with your investigation. So yeah, we are going to be heading north and investigating this rumor. Although, I just realized something, and I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. I totally forgot to hit the Pokemon Mart and stock up on both Pokeballs and Repels before we headed on in here, so that was my bad. Wanted to take care of that really quickly and not waste your guys' time showing me actually doing that. So now we can head north and take a look around, and you can see right here we have an item that's immediately available to us, an Ether. There is more of the forest that we are going to be exploring a little bit later, but for right now, let's just head on inside. Spooky, scary. Okay, so we got a mansion of sorts here. What is this? Appears as if it's glaring. Interesting. Now, there is one new Pokemon that can be gotten in here. There's other Pokemon that can also be found, like Ghastly and such, but we're not really interested in those right now. I'm just interested in looking around in this place and seeing what I can find. Something fresh should make up... What? The rest of the pages are blank. Okay, this place isn't creepy at all. Well, I wonder. I seriously wonder. Okay, Repel's worn off. We're going to keep this active as much as we can because I really don't want to run into any fights here. We'll just kind of investigate each room. Ooh, man, this place just keeps going, doesn't it? All right, well, we'll go from right to left through here and see what we can find. We got an item here. TM90 Substitute, which is actually an extremely good TM. TM90 Substitute, well, it's a substitute. It puts out a substitute in your way that has a set amount of health. I believe it's a third of your HP. Once all of that HP gets knocked down, then the substitute will break, allowing you to be hit again. But in the meantime, it means that you cannot take any damage. This is really nice if you put it out in when something is going to use a status move, because status moves can't affect a substitute. So like if they use Growl or Leer or anything like that, the substitute will just take no damage, and then you're still free to wail on the Pokemon that's in front of you. The only problem with the substitute is it takes some of your health to use it. What's this TV here? TV has an oddly malevolent feel, as if it's staring. Interesting. Also, I love how these trash cans look like Mario warp pipes. They're really funny. Okay, well, we'll have to see if we can investigate that TV a little bit later. For now, get ourselves a Dread Plate. So now we have the Ghost-type equivalent of the Draco Plate. Power of defeated giants infuses this plate. Don't put the Dread Plate in the items pocket. So another item that we can give to our Pokemon if we want to. In fact, I'm going to give this to Era, because Era can actually use this for a little bit of boost in Ghost-type damage on Astonish. Will definitely be a lot better later once we're actually able to get better Ghost-type moves. But now, let's go back to using Repels, and then we'll keep exploring this place. And we're almost done with this episode, too, I promise, but we're just going to finish looking around the mansion before we call it an episode. Which there isn't much left to do, but don't worry. We got an Old Gâteau, which is basically a cake. An Old Gâteau is essentially the same thing as a full heal. There is only one of them in the game, though, so it's an incredibly rare item. But the fact that it only behaves as a full heal makes it, honestly, not all that special. Now, I want to say, okay, we got a rare candy here, and I'm definitely going to be using that later. But I want to say there's also a hidden item. Yeah! How did I guess it first try? I knew it was in a cardboard box somewhere. I just didn't know which cardboard box. Okay, another one. We're almost done in here. Just want to scan the rest of the room to see if there's anything else. And indeed there is. I'm glad I checked. We got ourselves a big pearl, and those sell for quite a bit. I actually just sold one at the Pokemart not too long ago. Pretty much gave me back all the money I spent on my Repels and Pokeballs. But all right, that is going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you all so very much for watching. In the next episode, we are going to be adding the 4th team member to our team. So I hope you're all looking forward to that. Thank you all so very much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this episode very, very much. And I'll see you all in the next one.